Elwood Dalton, a troubled former UFC middleweight fighter, makes his money by defrauding fighters on the underground circuit. He is approached by Frankie, the owner of an unruly roadhouse in the Florida Keys hamlet of Glass Key, who offers him a position as head bouncer. Initially hesitant, Dalton accepts the offer after narrowly avoiding a suicide attempt with a freight train that smashes his car. He rides the bus to Frankie's institution and befriends Charlie, a teenager who manages a bookstore with her father, Stephen. At the roadhouse, Dalton draws away a motorcycle gang led by local crime boss Ben Brandt and personally takes the injured thugs to the hospital, where he meets Ellie, a doctor who cares for his wounds. Dalton mentors the other bouncers and gains popularity among the community while staying on Frankie's derelict houseboat. Dalton discovers Dell, the gang leader who attempted to take his life, lying in wait at his houseboat. He throws Dell overboard but is unable to prevent him from being killed and eaten by a crocodile. Knox, a psychotic enforcer, is assigned by Brandt's incarcerated father to track down Dalton. Following an unexpected connection with Ellie, Dalton is challenged at gunpoint by the sheriff, who orders him to leave town. However, Ellie, the sheriff's daughter, steps in. She adds that her father collaborates with Brandt, who inherited his wealthy father's drug enterprise. Brandt encounters Dalton at the roadhouse and teases him about his past. In a UFC title bout against a friend, Dalton became enraged and killed his opponent in the ring. Knox enters with Brandt's men, and an all-out bar brawl begins, leaving Dalton severely injured. Frankie acknowledges that Brandt has been purchasing land to create a luxury resort, but she is the last holdout. Dalton resolves to leave town, but he discovers that Charlie and Stephen are in the hospital after Brandt's thugs burn down the bookstore. Enraged, Dalton murders one of the thugs responsible and apprehends a sheriff's deputy who is delivering a big sum of Brandt's illicit cash, framing the deputy for the murder and seizing the money. The sheriff quickly notifies Dalton that Brandt has kidnapped Ellie and plans to exchange her for the money. Dalton steals a bomb-laden watercraft to reach Brandt's catamaran yacht, where he meets the sheriff, who informs him that the kidnapping was staged to draw Dalton on board. However, Brandt admits that he is holding Ellie captive. Tempers flare as Knox approaches on his boat, but Dalton detonates the motorboat and discovers Ellie below deck, attempting to bust a window. Fleeing the sinking yacht, Brandt reclaims Ellie, while Dalton takes over Knox's boat. Dalton and Ellie rush to catch up with Brandt, who is launched on top of the roadhouse. Knox climbs up a causeway, carjacks a pickup truck, and crashes into the roadhouse, resulting in a fierce fight with Dalton. When Brandt tells Knox to kill Dalton, he instead snaps Brandt's neck. He prepares to end Dalton with a piece of wood, but Dalton wins the advantage and repeatedly stabs Knox, leaving him for dead. The sheriff arrives and agrees to cover up for Dalton. As Frankie and Stephen continue to rebuild, Charlie bids farewell to Dalton while waiting for his bus out of town. As the bus rolls away, Stephen realizes Dalton has left them with the trunk full of cash.